everybody to Watch It or Don't. Dan, Matt, Tom. Today, Mad Max Fury Road. Tom, you want to give us an intro here?
Yeah, Mad Max Fury Road is the fourth installment in George Miller's Mad Max series, which the last one was 30 years ago, so it's a bit of a jump. Simply put, the movie is crazy people in crazy cars going boom. 2-hour action chase where Tom Hardy's Max is a wanderer in a wasteland where the currency is gasoline, water, and crazy cars.
Yeah, couldn't have said it better myself. It's really amazing that George Miller can go away from these movies. He does Babe, Pig in the City, and the Happy Feet movies, and then can come back and just deliver this. I think we're all in agreement. This movie's pretty awesome.
Yeah. And you don't need to have seen any of the other Mad Max films. You can just
at all.
jump in with this and you'll know right what's going on.
I mean, it wouldn't hurt to watch them, and I think if you liked the original ones, you're definitely gonna like this. But you know, I've had friends who've gone in completely cold. It takes a little bit getting used to the world, but you're totally invested in it.
And the world is kind of the main thing that you kind of fall in love with because it's just so intricately wrought, you know, that it clearly is the same series from 30 years ago. You see these same innovations that you would see in post-apocalyptic Australian outback.
Oddly enough, it was filmed in Namibia this time.
Namibia.
Yeah, perfect.
This is pretty much nonstop action. There's a few little scenes in the beginning, maybe setting things up, but I would say from the 1/3 mark on, there's not a lot of quiet time. Not a lot of character building, but that's okay.
Yeah.
You don't really need it in this.
The movie's a bit hyperactive.
Yeah, well, the movie just constantly keeps going and going and going, and then eventually when the characters are tired, you're almost tired yourself.
Mhm.
You're like, oh, we've been going 100 miles an hour. Now we get a time to relax and then right back to it.
It's definitely, it's gritty in a good way. It's not gritty like that Christopher Nolan kind of.
Yeah, it's
gritty,
different.
It's gritty in the fact that
Well, this is more vibrant.
it's violent,
Yeah.
vibrant. It's gritty in the way that it's just you can feel every scrape that they're getting. when
Yeah,
they're
well,
beat up.
all the effects in this movie are they're practical. They're not
About
CGI.
80%,
Except
I think.
80%. I mean,
Yeah.
obviously the sandstorm and things like that is CGI, but everything else you see on their cars is all legit.
Yeah, it's refreshing, especially when you watch Age of Ultron right before this.
Right.
Which is Age of Ultron's. It's what it is.
Yeah.
It's just it's so clean and fun, and you kind of lose that sense of like you kind of like lose your you lose your breath in this movie in a good way.
Yeah.
Which you don't get in a lot of other, especially the superhero movies nowadays.
Right. And one thing that's really interesting is that, you know, usually when someone says a movie's gritty, you think kind of this dark, grim color palette. But this movie is, as I said earlier, vibrant. It's just so colorful. A lot of bright orange, blue, purple, that kind of thing.
Mhm.
And that mixed with the practical effects, the gritty action, and the general lack of character building. It's so unique and fresh that it really makes Mad Max a better experience.
Yeah, well, not only is it like visually pleasing, but the music's pretty good as well. I mean, who's the
Yeah, music was done by a DJ named Junkie XL, and I don't know if he had done any other movie
I'm not
scores, but the way that they worked the movie into the movie, worked the music into the movie. Sorry, was really really innovative because they'd have these war drums going on screen, and then it would fit in with the score, and you have this crazy guy playing guitar on top of one of these fast moving vehicles
with
which,
a flamethrower?
yeah,
Because
a
you got to
flamethrower
add
guitar.
that to it.
Right. And again, that would be worked into the score and the exact type of music you need on a big crazy chase.
Yeah, and I will say there's a middle action sequence that I think is the best in the movie, where the music really builds with it. And that's my one complaint about this movie. I feel like the ending it's good. It just doesn't accelerate as much as I wanted it to. I think it hits that stride midway through, and you're there the whole time, but you don't like get that extra boost at the very end.
Talking about the motorcycles.
I'm not going to say anymore because I don't want to spoil too many things. But I think, would you agree with me? Maybe they could have used a little bit more boost at the end of it. No pun intended with the cars, but
I don't know. I think it keeps a pretty constant speed throughout the whole thing, and then at the end, if anything, it just kind of tones down, but that's at the very end.
Yeah, well, and like you said, at that point, you're kind of exhausted as a viewer. I definitely understand what you're saying when it kind of hits a plateau and doesn't necessarily go further past that for the big climax or anything like that, but it really is pretty forgivable.
I will say, I just looked this up. Junkie XL, the composer for this, is working with Hans Zimmer on Batman vs Superman, so that could be interesting.
That'll be interesting.
I was definitely impressed with his work in this.
Yeah.
With the rock music, with the orchestral work, with the mix of some Mozart in there.
Yeah.
That was really cool. Yeah.
It was really fitting for where the movie was set, which is just crazy.
Exactly. Yeah. Should we do ratings?
Yeah, let's do
Let's
ratings.
I gave this movie a great because it is such a unique action movie. It's something that we haven't seen in a long time. And the only thing that's kind of keeping it from being amazing is kind of lacks a little of the character development. Other than that, it's a great time, great movie to watch.
I'm going to rate this movie 4 out of 5 stars. It could be better, but it's pretty damn good considering you're going in expecting just another typical guy movie. It goes way beyond that. You'll be surprised to go see it.
All right, I'm giving Mad Max Fury Road an 8.4 out of 10. Just a solid action movie. Could be the best of the summer, so make sure you go see it. You know, the ending didn't quite do it for me. I wished it was a little bit more, but still really great. All right, those are our ratings. Pretty positive. It's very rare that we'll all agree, wouldn't you say?
I promise it won't happen again.
Yeah. It's currently 89 out of 100 on Metacritic, which is pretty high. That's very high for critics. So definitely see it. Great film. It's a testament to great filmmaking. Definitely something you want to see in theaters.
I just want people to go so that they can knock Pitch Perfect out of the top spot.
I don't think it's going to happen.
It's probably not.
Definitely see it. Anyway, we're Watch It or Don't. Be sure to subscribe if you like what you see. More videos will be coming.